Mike and Tech. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Mike from Mike and Tech. Today, I wanted to bring you guys a quick little video about doing PC repair. Okay, and in my last video, I told you guys that you can make a lot of money and whatnot if you get into the tech field, right? So, I told you guys you can go get your A+ certification, which certifies you as somebody who can fix computers and printers and tech hardware and some of the software. Okay, so just happens that right after I made that video, the next day, one of my customers called me and asked me if I could look at their MacBook Air and replace the battery for them because their laptop was not holding a charge. Okay, when they unplugged the cord or unplugged the charger, the battery wasn't holding a charge. Right, so that tells me, okay, it's getting power, it's turning on, something's wrong with the battery. Okay, so they got a battery, they brought me the MacBook Air, and they brought me the battery, and so I went to work. Okay, so just to show you guys that there is money to be made out there, you know, especially during this time right now with the corona and all that, right? So I'm going to show you guys what I got here. I think I got it up already. There we go. All right. So I told you guys, get a skill so you can make money off of it, right? Okay, something you can do on the side besides your regular job, because that job might not always be there. All right. So right here, we see it says the official Apple battery replacement service for the MacBook Air is priced at $129 and is well worth it. It may cost a bit more than buying a third-party battery, but it doesn't void your warranty. Apple technicians do all the work, and Apple also disposes of the old battery for you. All right. So you see that? $129 if you go into the Apple store and ask them to replace the battery. Okay, so this is just something to show. I wanted to show you guys that you can make money doing this. All right. Now with that, I recorded the video for you of me doing the work, and I figured I'd just show you guys. Here we go. What it takes to replace the battery on a MacBook Air. All right. This is how I spent my Friday night. I'm not going to tell you guys what I charged. All right, you guys will have to email me if you need a fix. All right, so here we go. I'm going to press play, and I'll just explain what's going on in the video as we go through. All right, so here's the MacBook Air. All right, there's the tools. You need a T5 and a P5. T for Tiger, P for Peter. All right. Hey, about to make that money. Here we go. All right. So first, you want to make sure you have all your tools and stuff. You got to have your pad. Have the front of the laptop facing you when you turn it over to take the screws out. There's my magnetic pad. That's where when I take the screws out, I'm going to place them on the pad. And you see it had a grid on it. All right. And there it is. There's the anti-static pad. So that prevents any static from getting into your computer and destroying your electronics. Okay, again, you got to have the right tools for the job. It's a P5 and a T5 screwdrivers. There, I'm pointing at the two screws at the top because those two screws are longer than the rest of the screws that are in the laptop. So when you take those out first and you put them on your grid on your magnetic pad. All right, see how it's separated there? So you can put the screws that go together in separate boxes so that when you're putting it back together, it's easy to find your parts. Most guys that work on cars use something similar to that also. So there I am. I'm taking the screws out. Now on the outside, you have your P screws, which are your P5 Pentagon screws. Okay. There's the back panel. There's no connections or anything I have to worry about. So now I want to place that flat somewhere over to the side. Okay, now you see there, that's the battery. It has all those cells, and you can see that it's swollen. So as soon as I lifted up the panel, I saw that it was swollen. And there's my power connector to the motherboard. Okay, I'm going to use my plastic tools. You don't want to use metal screwdrivers when you're touching the motherboard or any of your electronics, because you'll short it out. All right, so you lift up your power, place the plastic between them so it doesn't keep jumping back and forth. Take out your screws that hold the battery to the panel. Using your 2 fingers, use the plastic plastic hooks on the battery. Lift the battery up. Make sure there's nothing connecting it still on the bottom side. And there you go. There's your battery. And there you can see the swollen cells of the battery. See how puffed up it is there? Yeah, look how big that sucker got. So it was ready to blow. One of the other problems they were having was that the right side of the touchpad also wasn't working. That's because the battery was swollen and was applying pressure to the left side. Okay, there's the new battery. You see it's nice and flush, no warp, and you see it's flat. The cells are not supposed to be bubbled up. All right, so now we're just going to put the battery back in very carefully. Make sure it lines up, all the screw holes line up. All right, put it back down in there. Check again, make sure everything's lined up, and it should just drop right into place. All right, you check it. Put your center screw in first to hold it there. Then the rest of your screws and the power. Then, since I have it open, I'm going to go ahead and blow the dust out of the motherboard and the inside of the casing, the fan. All right, just to provide better airflow while I'm, so the computer runs better. All right, there you go. I'm blowing it out. You see the fan spinning, no problem. All right. Clean it out pretty good in there. Get all the stuff off of it. All right, then you grab your panel and you want to wipe the dust and blow the dust off. And then I also wiped it off. All right, now you put your panel back on. Make sure everything lines up correctly. And now when you put it back on, there should be no resistance. And that's what I'm testing for here. Okay, there's no resistance. There's nothing that's pushing the panel off of the computer. All right, that lets me know that I got everything lined up correctly. All right, so now I'm going to put my screws back in. All right, and there you go. Make sure it's flush. Make sure none of the screws are sticking up so the kids don't scratch themselves on the laptop screws. And flip it over, open her up, and let's test and see if we got power, right? And I did that, and it was good. I got the power. And so once that was done, I went ahead and charged the battery all the way up. Okay, I charged the battery all the way up. Turn it on, change the power settings in the laptop, and you want to drain your battery all the way down. Okay, so you put everything at max power usage, and you want to drain that battery all the way down. Okay, and then plug it in, let it charge all the way up. So it's like power cycling. Okay, and you want to do that about 2 or 3 times, and that gets the battery to activate all the cells, and you're able to get your max usage out of your battery. All right. So again, this is Mike and Tech, and I just wanted to show you guys it's that simple to do these repairs. Okay, and when you get certified to be able to do this, you can make a lot of money, whether you go work for a company or you start your own company or do repairs on the side. All right, so until the next one, guys, aloha.